Good morning everyone and welcome to another edition of Burton Ballers. I haven't done one in the car for a long time, so I thought I'd do one in the car today. And today I'm going to be giving you a match review stroke player analysis, not a player rating. I'm going to be going through looking at the players' performances due to the fact that there was a lot of changes in yesterday's game. But before I get into that, guys, you know the drill. Please like this video, subscribe to the channel, turn on all post notifications so you'll be notified every time we make a new video. Welcome to the Burton Ballers. Ain't got no time for no stallers, yeah.
We are the risers, we're not the fallers. Our channel is growing wider and taller.
Yeah, we're here to give you the news about your dear beloved Blues, yeah.
So if you like this YouTube channel, like, subscribe and turn on that bell.
Yeah. So guys, yesterday we had a 1-1 draw. It's a dead rubber really. So this gave Frank Lampard the opportunity to rest a few players and also assess a few of our backup players just to see whether they are ready to compete when called upon. Krasnodar, you can see that they wanted to go out with a bang. Although they'd already qualified for the Europa League, they put out a strong side, so it was a case of them wanting to maybe because like Chelsea are a big scalp, if they can come and get a result against a team like Chelsea, that will boost their morale. And you can see it in their performance because they were really up for the game, really eager, closing down, and they were quite a decent side actually. Some of their football was quite pleasing and eye-catching. And so what I'm going to do, I'm going to go through each player and I'm just going to kind of analyse their game just a bit. So first of all, first up is Kepa, and Kepa, I thought here's why you can see the difference between him and Mendy. I don't want to be doing too much Kepa bashing because a lot of people are, you know, bashing him or whatever, but the goal that we concede, although it wasn't a, it wasn't a blooper, a massive error by him, that's something that I could see Mendy saving. That's the difference between the two goalkeepers. Okay, you can say that he was slightly unsighted because of what Christensen did. I'll get onto that a bit later. But there was a similar situation when we played Leeds, I think, the other day, where Mendy was unsighted last minute, but then he made the save. It was a similar angle as well, right near the corner, but he made it look routine, because Kepa, he always seems to just like dive that fraction a bit too late. The ball's already past him, then he's diving. That's the impression I get. And maybe his lack of height as well, so yeah, Mendy in that position, I say, saves it 100%. So that's why you can see a marked improvement in our, in our defence since Mendy has arrived. Going on to Aspie, there's not a lot to say about Aspie. Aspie was normal Aspie, 6, 7 out of 10, consistent down that right hand side. So I'm going to move on to Emerson, and Emerson is another reason why when he used to play in our back line that we used to concede a lot of goals. Emerson does not concentrate. He does not. He's out. The amount of times I heard a commentator say, "Oh, Emerson's lost his man again," or Emerson's lack of concentration, not tracking back properly. And that's the problem that both he and Alonso had at Chelsea. And last season, that's why teams used to score lots, particularly from that side, exploit that side of the pitch. And we saw it already this season, where a lack of concentration cost us the tie against Tottenham in the League Cup. So Emerson really does need to improve if he wants to be the backup to Ben Chilwell. So now I'm going to be moving on to Christensen, and not good from Christensen what he did leading up to the goal, where he ducked out of the way. Maybe some people will say, he's probably trying not to have get done for a handball or whatever, but his hands were already kind of behind his back anyway, and they weren't out, they were close to him, so you know there's no way that he would have got a penalty. He'd have given away a penalty. But it's like he was scared of the ball hitting him in the chest or the head. Memo to you, Christensen, if you want to be a defender, you're going to be hit sometimes. If you don't want to get hit, then I think you're in the wrong job. Rudiger, it was okay, I'm not knocking him too much, but what you see, the marked difference between him and somebody like a Thiago Silva is when Rudiger has the ball, he sort of panics or hoofs it up a bit, and what you get with Silva is that calmness. He knows what to do, when to pass long, when to pass short, and it was kind of all a bit all over the place in defence, and there was no real organisation from Rudiger. Moving on to the midfield, Jorginho, you saw the good and bad of Jorginho, some neat and tidy passes and orchestrated play, his hop, skip, jump penalty routine in another cool penalty. But what you also saw with Jorginho was sometimes dithering with the ball too much. I remember he got robbed because when they pressed high and aggressive, it's easy to catch him in possession, and he hasn't got the legs to get back in transition. And you saw a marked improvement when Kante came in, because with Kante he gave us a lot more energy when he came onto the field in the last 20 minutes or so. Kovacic is another one who's like, you know, great dribbling skills, but his shooting was ridiculous. He's got no creativity in the final third. That final pass or that shot is lacking in his game, and it has been for a while. There was more danger of him hitting one of the 2,000 fans in the stands than it was having a shot on target, because his shots weren't even close to being on target. They were wild and, you know, more towards a corner flag or into the stands than at goal. I'm going to go on to the other two midfielders a bit later, because I'm saving the best till last. Up front, Tammy. No, sorry, let me go to Kai Havertz before I address Tammy. Kai, he's another one actually. Some good, you can see that there's a good player in there. You could, you know, he's got so much time, he's got so much grace about his play, but there's something that's not quite clicking for him at the moment. You know, for me, he's got that sort of casual way of playing, but for me sometimes he needs to get a bit more urgency into his game. You know, sometimes he just did things a fraction too late, like that shot where he was through. If he had hit that shot first time, he's having a shot on target, maybe scoring a goal, but he delayed for that second and allowed the Krasnodar defender to come back with a block. And there's a couple of other times where he slightly delayed the pass or didn't pass it strong enough and it was intercepted. But again, as I keep saying this about him, I think, you know, you can see that you know, you can see why we invested that money. He's not a waste of money like some people are saying at the moment, and he will come good. I've got every confidence in his ability. Tammy Abraham, love his attitude, works hard, willing to learn, but he's still got a lot to learn. And again, it's all about that movement, especially when it comes to crosses and things. So, and his heading, his timing of the header, he needs to learn. Whoever taught Zuma about, I mentioned about Zuma and his timing, how that's improved, they need to work with Tammy Abraham as well, because he just doesn't time his jump. How many times has the cross coming in where he's just jumped a bit too early or a bit too late, so it ends up on his shoulder or on his face or something, you know? And even that cross, there was a cross that came in the second half from the left hand side, and he was too late to react to that. That's why I said in my 5 talking points the other day, Giroud, with that chance that Giroud scored against Leeds, Tammy doesn't score that because he's not reading it, he's not throwing his body on it. Because what Giroud would have done with that cross, he would have thrown himself to the ground, got a leg onto it, and probably scored. Tammy just doesn't anticipate. he's just a yard off all the time, and the balls come across. Why didn't he just try? He's got long legs, just try and throw his leg at it, you know, and try and get some sort of connection. But no, he's just, yeah, always late, never on time. That's my mantra for Tammy at the moment. So I'm saying with the best two to last. Anjorin, I thought fantastic on his debut. Started the game off a bit slow. I'll say slow, he's feeling his way into the game, but I thought in the second half he started to get more comfortable and he did some good things. Even in the first half he was doing a few flicks and tricks, but second half I thought he was showing for the ball a bit more, dominating and doing some nice neat passes. And I was surprised that Frank took him off for Tammy instead of Tammy, actually, because I think he would have benefited from staying on for the 90 minutes. Billy Gilmour, since I had to save the best to last. This guy is class. He's going to be a class player. You know, it's like he was never away. Everything he does is excellent. His first touch, his passing, nice and crisp. His awareness and his reading of the game. He's just a player in the, you know, and someone said the other day he's more of a number 6. I agree, than a number 8, someone who can dictate the play, but he's got a bit more athleticism about him than a Jorginho. So I'm looking forward to seeing more of this guy in the future. I expect big things from him. So confident, and he was definitely my man of the match yesterday. So there you have it, guys. A 1-1 draw. You know, as I said, it was a dead rubber, but it's good to be able to analyse the players and see the areas where these players need to improve if they want to be challenging for a place in the first team. If you agree with me or disagree, put your comments below. I'll be interested to hear what you got to say on the matter. And as usual, guys, don't forget, like, subscribe, turn on all post notifications so you'll be notified every time we make a new video.